big news of the week and the big news today. Millions of Americans will soon have their federal student loan debt forgiven. At the same time, many people who have not had to pay down student loans since 2020, they will have to start doing that, and critics fear that that could lead to inflation. Well, ABC Action News reporter Rebecca Petit today taking an in-depth look at the overall impact of President Biden's student debt relief plan and what it now means going forward.
The cost of education.
President Biden announced plans Wednesday to provide $10,000 in student debt cancellation for millions of Americans. Those with the greatest financial need could receive $20,000. But if your debt wasn't wiped out with forgiveness, you'll soon have a student loan payment when the freeze ends on December 31st.
We've been telling people all along, pretend like you still had those payments. I mean, if it's debt, you still want to pay off your debt as quickly as possible. The quicker you can pay off your debt, the better off you're going to be. You're not paying high interest. But if you're preparing to go back for that, save as much money as you can between now and the first of the year.
There is a cost to canceling student debt, and that cost will be picked up by taxpayers.
This is estimated to, on the low end, it's going to cost our country and taxpayers $300 billion.
But despite fears that loan forgiveness will fuel inflation, economists say the impact will be minimal to the economy.
It's no longer the case that whoever I took the loan out from, that's necessarily who's going to get my payments. A lot of the time it's going to go towards investors. So the whole reason why you hear this argument that this is going to be bad for the economy, that this is going to be bad for Wall Street, is because, well, you're taking $10,000 and you're lowering kind of the principal by $10,000. Well, that's going to affect the value of the investments that these investors have made, but they're investing in your debt.
Student loan debt is now the second highest consumer debt category in the U.S. as the cost of college has steadily increased.
Florida is one of the few places that offers state funding for colleges in reference to Bright Futures.
Tyler Taswell, the college and career counselor for Middleton High School, tells me even with the Bright Futures program, which pays for tuition, some students still can't afford to go to a state university because of other costs, including housing and transportation.
I have parents where they say, unfortunately, Ms. Taswell, I'm so excited that my child was accepted to this university, and I never thought it would happen. But I just simply can't afford it, even with additional funding, scholarships, etc. And so therefore, I will offer up our community colleges and those pathways.
Currently, tuition at the University of South Florida for in-state residents is $6,400.
For the state university system institutions, we haven't had a tuition increase for many years, eight coming up on 9 years.
However, the total cost of attendance at USF is around $23,000. The Associate Vice President for Enrollment Planning tells me financial aid award packages are available to help cover that. She advises students to apply early.
If a student applies on time and they're highly needy and they're qualifying for scholarships, we pretty much get them up to everything but a little spending money, and they can get that through loans and or work study.
Rebecca Petit, ABC Action News.